Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. Hope you have a lovely day. And yeah, we have to fix something. It's Friday. Finally, Friday. What do we have on a Friday? We have this kind of small TV. This is some kind of 12 volts DC TV. They are working with 12 volts DC. And this TV came from one of our customer from rural community, and what the customer is saying the TV just went off. No sign of life. It's not doing anything. It's just dead. This is some kind of Echo 20-inch TV. So we have to fix this. But let me connect it to the power supply because the customer didn't bring the charger. So what I will do, I'll connect the power supply. Let's set the power supply to 12 volts. Exactly 12 volts. Let's connect this 2.5 amps. We need 2 amps. We don't want to 1.9, it's okay. 1.9 amps to 1.9 amps, 12 volts. So I'm connecting the power supply and see if it's taking any current. I'll tell you when the power supply is connected. We have a problem. Check. If I touch to the plus, it's taking 1.9 amps because that's the current limit that I set, and there's voltage drop to 5 volts. If I release, it's going back to 12 volts. Touching the plus is going down to 5 point something volts. So from this behavior, we can conclude something. You can check here. And obvious, we don't have any standby light or anything, is just dead. So 1.9 amps and voltage drop to 5.7 volts. It means on the main 12 volts power line, something is shorted to ground there. So can be a chip, can be a capacitor, can be a diode, can be a fuse, can be anything. So I will say, let me get inside the TV and we'll see why this TV is behaving like this. So what can be faulty? That's the motherboard. I took few minutes to take out the motherboard, and that's the motherboard for this TV. So what is likely to be faulty here? We have the processor, we have the EEPROM, BIOS, whatever I call it, WinBond. We have coils for power supplies. We have another coil here. We have this chip, which I believe is the audio power amplifier class D. Just a small board. So diode mode. What I'm doing on such kind of boards, the first thing, I'm checking the pin number 8 of the EEPROM IC, because from that pin we can conclude if this board is worthy to carry on the repair or not. Because if this controller or this chip is dead, there's nothing we can do. This is pin number 4, is ground, is beeping to ground. And pin number 8 is beeping to ground. So even if we fix the short on the input circuit here on the 12 volts main power line, The 3.3 is shorted to ground again. And what do you think is the shorted? It is the controller. Trust me, it is this driver. In most cases. But what I will do, I'll connect again the power supply. And it's now taking 300 milliamps, 350. So what can be fault here? What do you think can be fault? Zero, 12. Here we have 0 volts. Okay. You know what? We have to know why the pin number 8 of the EEPROM is beeping to ground. Before we do anything, we have to know why this is happening. So, yeah, it is shorted to ground. Let's go under microscope. 1 second. Let's check together under microscope. We have windbond BIOS and the controller. So my question is, why the last pin is beeping to ground? So I will lower the voltage to 3 volts and try to supply on pin number 8. Because now I'm starting to doubt, because I don't think we can fix this. It's a waste of time. Again. I think, what do you think about this chip? I think this is a blown up chip. Here. This chip is gone. Let's take down this chip and see if we still have a shorted 3.3 volts power line. The chip is out. I'll check again on the last pin, whether it's beeping to ground. What did I told you? So I don't know. I think this is some kind of uh, of manufacturer designer's fault. Huh? I think this kind of TV has got bad designs. You know what? I check here. If I'm injecting power on the pin number 8 of the EPROM IC. Check the controller. It's drying quickly. And it's getting very hot. You can see the water is boiling on top of the controller. I'm using isopropyl alcohol, and it's boiling on top of the controller, whatever I call it, processor, controller, but I don't care. The thing is faulty. It's faulty. I release the power. I inject the power. Check the movement of the liquid on top of the chip. And that chip is gone. That chip is gone. So this is some kind of waste of time. Yeah. Always when I open such kind of TVs, 90% I'm coming across such kind of faults. The controller is faulty. And it is faulty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a challenge. I can't help the customer. Because if this chip is faulty, there's nothing we can do. How much is the value of this board? Or the value of the entire TV? Is it worth to carry on the repair? Check. I'm checking on the EPROM IC. Pin number 1, 2, 3, 4 is ground. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's very abnormal for that pin number 8 to beep to ground. Because that pin is working with the 3.3 volts, and the resistance of 3.3 volts to ground should not beep to ground. Something's wrong there. In our case, what is taking the current when we come with the power supply on the pin number 8? It is this chip, the main controller. That chip is gone. Even if we check on the capacitors, you know, TVs, laptops, they are all the same. We do have some ceramic capacitors around this chip. One side is beeping to ground. Another side is beeping to ground for the capacitor. Let's go on another one. Beeping to ground. Another side is beeping to ground. Let's go on a different capacitor. It's beeping to ground. And another side is beeping to ground. That's not normal. That's not normal. You see those capacitors? You see all these ceramic capacitors around the chip? Those small capacitors. They are beeping both sides. And I can see some corroded pins. This looks like water. This happened as a result of water damage. Yeah. So I would say probably it is the designer's fault, because I found many boards like this, and the rate of repairability is very low. And what I would do, I'll put all together, I'll explain to the customer that this board is beyond repair. He has got two options, either to buy another motherboard or to buy another cheap TV again. Yeah, that's a mess. So maybe we just learn how we can diagnose faults on such kind of small board TVs. Because we found that chip which was blown up here, that six leg chip, is the driver for the 5 volts. Based on experience, that is a regulator which is regulating 5 volts. And the chip was blown up. That was our first problem. The chip was blown up, which is there to regulate 5 volts. And the pin number 8 of the April IC is beeping to ground. And what is the culprit which is taking that current is this controller, the processor. So I will say, like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell for future updates, and hopefully we'll get jobs to fix in the future. Bye.